Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. Welcome to Moonlight Headhunt tier list. So I'm gonna give you, I made the list already, and I'm gonna give a quick rundown of like every unit from S tier to B tier. I won't do C tier because I think the units are just like kinda bad right now. So I feel like it's mostly self-explanatory. So, yeah. Okay, so first of all, Lilias, she's just a broken unit, like there's not much to say on her. She's gotten like a billion counters over like since her release. She's still the most broken unit in the game. She's still like SSS tier despite 20 counters, so yeah. Not much to say, best opener in the game. If you want to play Lilias, you should probably pre-ban Lua. That's the main thing. And you do need a bit of speed on her, but like not much. Like you need, I think anything above like 270 is very is more than enough for Lilias. So yeah. Anyway, moving on. And guy, the best support to pick against Lilias, even after all this time, he prevents your opponent from picking Tywin, which is honestly like the main issue right now. And he pairs really well with Tywin, who is also one of the best knights in the game. It's just a very good unit overall. Like his kit is really strong. He doesn't have many weaknesses aside from like getting reset basically. Like he's really tanky. You can build him really fast too, and yeah, just a very good unit all around. Then we have Tywin. Tywin is like the thing with Tywin. If your opponent doesn't have immunity, they basically lose the game. Like as dumb as it sounds, if your opponent, when your Tywin gets to take a turn, your opponent doesn't have immunity, they basically lost. So this is why he's such a good knight, and he's just really good against. He's really good against Lilias overall. He's really good against stuff like Solitaria. He's really good against Yufin. Like he's not really good against Yufin. He's decent against Yufin. He's just good against like a lot of units right now, and yeah, it just makes him a really solid choice overall. LHC, she's still a very good unit overall. She's bad against Candy, despite like popular belief. She's good against Candy only if you have Iseria in your team. If you have Iseria LHC, then you can just like S3 twice and then wipe the enemy team. But if you don't have something to like strip the anti-crit from the enemy team, LHC is really bad into Candy. But like even then, she's really good against MLK, assuming your opponent doesn't have mitigation. She's good against Solitaria to some extent. She's good against Cecilia, depending on the enemy team. She's good against Bellona if she's ever picked. She's good against and she's good against Yufin. So yeah, she still has a really solid spot in the meta. MLK, that unit is, I mean, she's kind of weird to some extent, but like I still think he's S tier. Just because he's a really good counter to like most meta carries basically. Like you're never ever gonna see solo carry Belian, I mean obviously, but like you're never gonna see solo carry Belian because she dies to MLK. LHC dies to MLK as well if he has mitigation. Which I mean, if he simply survives the rest 3 basically, he's gonna win. He's good against Kayron. He's good against he's good against he's really good against Candy, and he's really good against Yufin. So, and now because of his buff, I think he's decent against Adin as well. Like he isn't the best against Adin, don't get me wrong, but he's playable because he can just tank RS3 now. So yeah, just really good unit all around. Like very good carry, counters a lot of units. Iseria S tier. I pre-ban Iseria, so you're never gonna see me play her, but I still think even if you play slow, she's one of the best units in the game. We've had a lot of players like get legend who just playing like ER Iseria. She's just really annoying to deal with basically. Like no matter if you play slow, if you play fast, if you don't have an opener that can deal with her, you're just gonna lose the game basically. Like she's just too annoying. Like RS3 is just way too strong. And the fact that she can hold Guiding Light, she can be built ER, like she can be built ER, she can be built effectiveness, just makes her really annoying overall. So, and like she answers like, I mean, she basically answers everything, right? Like you present her with Iseria, like what's gonna, if you have any kind of follow-up, you just win the game basically. So Really annoying unit, so I think S tier is deserved. Then in A tier, ML Kayron. He's just a solid unit all around since his buff, I feel like. He isn't insane by any means, but he's just a solid unit. Like you can, now, if you play Kayron right now, I think it's changed a bit in gameplay in the sense that, like, most of the time you just wanna press S3 turn 1. But, like, his S3 just did so much damage now that just, most of the time, if you can just press S3 turn 1, you're just gonna win the game of tempo, basically. So yeah, a pretty solid unit. He has Reach as well, which is really good against Spectre. Even though Spectre isn't all that useful right now anyway, but yeah. Kayron, solid unit. Zio is really good against, Zio is just a really good unit to have, basically. He's good against Lilias. He's good against Cleave, he's good against a lot of things. Like, just a very good unit to have all around. Solitaria, still a really annoying unit overall. I think she's best played with Ngai, because otherwise she's really weak to Tywin. But yeah, like overall, she's still really annoying overall. She's like the best debuffer in the game, basically. And like she pairs really well with Ngai. Then Belian. Belian is kinda weird, like power-wise, she's S tier, like there's no doubt about it, she's insanely strong, but the thing with Belian is she's so strong that anyone she's good against is gonna pre-ban her, basically. Like, I almost never pick Belian, and I don't know of like many people that play her often, basically. Like, she's so strong that she defines the meta, and in a way that she's basically useless. Like, as dumb as it sounds, like I still think it's important to have her, like depending what elo you play in, because some people are just gonna like disrespect her. But the higher you go, the more useless it's gonna be, because no one's gonna draft in a way where Belian will be good, basically, without pre-banning her. So yeah. Then Lidica, really strong support unit. I highly recommend getting her. Like, if you don't have her, she's really nice to have. I pitied her. Like, I mean, I didn't pity her, but like I pulled for her on the last time she was on banner. I've been having decent success with her, even though I'm still not very good Lidica player. So, and my gear on her isn't really good. So yeah, I think Lidica really strong support unit to have. Then Maid. Yeah, Maid's basically still one of the best support in the game, in my opinion. She fell off a bit during the back when Lidica was really strong, because unlike Destina, she couldn't really tank Lidica. But now that Lidica fell off a lot because of like Yuhin and other factors, I think she's a lot worse. She's a lot better, sorry. She's a lot better. She's a greedier Destina in a way, because she's squishier, but she gives a lot more. Like, her S3 is a lot more valuable than Destina, in my opinion. Like, it's just, you get attack buff, which helps a lot of units. You get revive buff. Like, you don't need. She just need one turn to get value, right? Like, you just press S3 and then you get your value off, and then you just cycle. Heal your team with S2 every turn, no matter what, even if you're controlled. And you can fish for stuns as well. So yeah, pretty strong unit. 8 tier for sure. LRK, I don't really play him anymore, but he's still a good unit. One thing to note, LRK, Ngai, Celias for sure, and like Iseria for sure, and Tywin to some extent, they're more aggro-oriented slow units. I mean, those units, I mean, even if you're slow, you can play aggro. That's what I want to get at. And those units are better in that kind of playstyle. And like, this is something I wanted to share. Like, so look at this. This is the current world champion, right? Marguerite. He's slow. Like, he's definitely slow. He isn't a fast player by any means. And like, look at what he's drafting. And like, those units, like, they're, yeah, basically like just playing Ngai, Celias, Candy, Tywin. Those units are really strong for like a more tempo-oriented turn 2 playstyle, where you do try to be a bit proactive, basically. And like, he's having a lot of success with it. Like, I think it's really strong. The main thing, you need to pre-ban Lua, because if you first pick Lilias, and you're not very fast, your opponent can just go Lua and outspeed you, and you're probably gonna lose. But if you first pick Lilias and you ban Lua, even if you're not very fast, like the only fast units that safely contest Lilias, assuming Lua is pre-banned, are Peira, Zio, and Ran. And those 3 units are a lot more, I wanna say like committed in a way. Like if you play Zio, Ran, or Peira, you're kinda committed to, I wouldn't say cleaving, but like almost cleaving. Like you kinda committed to like playing fast. And like fast is a lot, like it's somewhat easy to answer. Like maybe not easy, but like it's very answerable in a way. So yeah, like it's a lot easier to answer than something like Lua. Like when you draft Lua, you're not committed to anything. You can do anything with Lua first pick. Like you can go in any direction you want. But if you early pick Zio, Ran, or Peira, you're kinda locked in a certain archetype. So yeah. Well, so yeah, like again, LRK is really good. She's really good in a more aggro-oriented playstyle, even for slow players. And he's really good overall. He's good against Cermia. He's good against Ken, because he doesn't get countered by his S3, right? By his S2. And then just like chunk him a good amount for free. He's really good against Yufin. He's good against he's really good against Adin, and he's good against Candy to some extent. So yeah, fairly good unit. But if you don't speed contest at all, you're probably gonna have trouble with him, just because he's really weak to Green Lilias right now. But if you do speed contest, then he's really strong. Finally, B tier. Those are more situational units. So Spirit Eye Celine, she's a decent answer to like some drafts. Like she beats LHC, she beats she doesn't beat Kayron, but she beats LHC, she beats Belian obviously. She is really strong against Yufin. So, and she's good against some aggro drafts sometimes, so she's a nice option to have. Spectre, mine is full damage right now. I do think she fell off a lot, especially for turn 2 players, because of the amount of reach in the game, basically, right? Like we have LHC, we have we have Kayron, we have Belian, we have LRK, we have Bellona, some reach as well. We have Candy obviously, and we have Yufin. Like because of those, she fell off a lot. But if your opponent doesn't pick any reach, then I still think she's a nice option to have, basically. Lilibet, she's still strong against debuffers, like nothing new, nothing special. She's a good unit to have. FCC, she's good against cleave and aggro. She's basically, like, against most cleave aggro players, she's basically gonna be a force ban just because of the amount of, like, mitigation she provides. Getting a really big shield on your team turn 1 just, like, insanely valuable, so FC is really good for that. Baal, he isn't that good right now, but, again, he's still a nice option to have. You won't draft him a lot, but you will still draft him from time to time against cleave players. So nice option to have. Argument, she isn't that meta right now, despite answering a lot of the meta, but that's mostly because N-Guy and LRK are so popular, right? Like most slow players are usually gonna pick like N-Guy or LRK, or they're gonna go, if you go argument early, they're gonna go for Solitaria. But she's a good unit right now. Like I still think she's a good unit. She's nice to have. She's good against Yufin. She's good against Candy. She's good against LHC. She's good against Tywin. She's good against Ken. She's good against like a lot of the meta, basically. Even like I still think she's only B tier because she's really RNG and she's really weak to immunity. But yeah, she's still a very good unit right now. Finally, Bellona. She fell off a lot. Like if you remember, Bellona was kinda shit. I mean, not shit, but like she's been mid-tier since her release, and then she skyrocketed up the ranks because of Candy being everywhere. But now that Candy is mostly played as an aggro and core, she's kinda not that good again, basically. Like, because she's good against Candy players, assuming they just only play slow, right? But if your opponent plays a bit fast, then Bellona is kinda back to being kinda not that good. And yeah, she has a decent amount of weaknesses as well. Like she's weak to LHC. she's pretty weak against Yufin. She's really weak to Adin. So yeah, I think B tier is fair. She's still a solid hyper carry, but she needs a decent amount of conditions to be met, basically. to be drafted. Yeah, I won't go through the units in C tier. They're all fairly bad basically. You can go for you can go for them obviously if you like them, but don't expect, if you like, this is for slow players only, right? But yeah, for slow players, don't expect to play them a lot if you go for them. They're just not very useful at the moment. Right? Yeah, that's it for the tier list. So hopefully that helps out. If you have any question, don't hesitate to leave a comment or just ping me on Discord. I'm always happy to answer. I don't mind. So yeah, thanks for watching and have a nice day.